Hello Libra, welcome to your weekly tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is for the week of April 2nd through April 8th. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I'm providing. Okay. Remember that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And there is a 9 of discs, coins, pentacles, diamonds. So that'll get us started today. And we're going to use our Dove and Serpent spread. And as I lay these cards out, I do just want to say that if there's anything you need me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know in the comments, okay? So the rest of our Dove and Serpent spread, looks like we've got a lot of pretty good energy here today. We'll take a little bit of a look at it. We're going to do our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. And this is the card we're going to leave right over here. We're not going to look at it until the very end. And hopefully that will, tie everything together and give us the confirmation or the closure that we need at the end, okay? So, Libra, we start with the 9 of discs, okay? I think that you, you have a tremendous respect for hard work, right? I feel like right off the bat, just looking at these cards, we see a little bit of major arcana here. We see a few court cards, we see some fire, we see some water energy. This is the primary earth energy that we see, okay? So I really think that there's a connection between this and some of this water that we see on the path of the serpent. I think that you're looking for connection in what you're doing. You're looking for growth, really. You're looking for a harmony and a resonance in the kind of work that you do. Now, it may be work for money, maybe a career. It may be your post-career projects. It may be your spiritual work, your creative work, whatever it may be. Okay, this card's talking about the effort that you're putting into the main focus, right? The main work of your life right now. Okay, and I think that you've always had a tremendous value, a high valuation of hard work, of commitment, of people with integrity. I think that you hold yourself to a very high standard, okay? And you're looking to make progress. You're not looking to tread water. You're not looking to decrease or go back. You're looking to always be growing, be moving forward, be working to expand your life or this particular area of your life, okay? I feel with some of these other cards that you you're not really, you don't really want the confrontation with people. I don't feel as if you're someone who is going to kind of start drama with people, right? I feel like you want to believe in other people. You want to kind of just believe the best in people, and you want to just kind of believe it so hard that it makes it happen. You know what I mean? So I feel as if with this Fool energy that's crossing our path this week, I feel like you really do have a kind heart, okay? And I think with some of this water energy on the path of the serpent, it just kind of confirms that. I think you're a very loving person. You're a very supportive person. You don't like to tell other people what to do. You believe in autonomy. You believe in freedom, right? You believe that people will come together when they are naturally kind of, resonating with each other, right? You're not going to force anything, okay? I think there's a situation going on with some of these court cards here. We see some air and some water court cards. Maybe the air mostly, okay? It might be mostly these other air signs in your life. I feel like there is kind of a lack of cooperation going on right now, because I see that you're really focused on progress, on gain, on advancing, expanding, growing, accumulating. You know what I mean? Really, really having some noticeable progress in the work that you're doing. Okay, but I feel like the people around you are not really on the same page right now. It's difficult for you, I think, to accept that they might not be taking this as seriously as you are. Do you know what I mean? But I feel like you're not the type of person to confront them, right? To just kind of come out with your issue, with your problem, and kind of start a whole thing, open up a can of worms with it, you know? I feel like you're someone who wants other people to do the right thing without you having to tell them. You know what I mean? And I feel with this one, also, I think this is going to see you, I think in this coming week, really transition from this energy of wanting to be part of the group, wanting to be involved with others and be social and be, cooperative, to kind of withdrawing off in your own direction a little bit. Okay, I think that you're usually a very social person, kind of like this Fool. One side of this Fool, obviously, is very expansive, very inclusive, very social, very kind of happy-go-lucky, and wants to be part of a group, wants to socialize, wants to just, everybody to have a good time. I think that's changing a little bit for you this coming week. I think that you're going to have the impulse to withdraw a little bit. You're going to want to just kind of be alone. Okay? And I think it's because there seems like a lack of cooperation going on right now in whatever this work is that you're doing. Okay? And really, on the path of the dove, we see this Knight of Wands, this kind of more mature air energy. Down below, we see this more immature water energy. Now, air and water, they're not best friends, but they're not enemies either. They're just barely aware of each other, right? But you also have this split between the kind of older air energy and the younger water energy, right? So it feels to me like there might be one personality involved here that is kind of a know-it-all, kind of wants to boss everyone around, doesn't really want to do too much of the work themselves. Once in a while will kind of feel the spark and will start doing something, but leaves it unfinished. Okay? And I think maybe you can relate to this a little bit, but I believe this is a third party. I believe this is one of these other people who are involved in this project with you. Okay? I feel like they don't have quite the commitment that you have. Okay? They sometimes feel like it. If they're in the mood, maybe they'll get to work and they'll make some progress, but that kind of fizzles out. Okay? They like to kind of they like to do a little bit of work and then show everyone. But then once those people are gone, they're not looking anymore, they don't really care. You know what I mean? One of those kind of people. And I feel like another person involved is kind of the opposite of that. This is the more emotional person that is kind of having the difficult time even getting started, And I think that they are just having these kind of mixed feelings about what they want to do. Like they can't really decide where to start working, what little, separate project they should start first. Okay. So I feel like all of this is leading to a little bit of frustration with you. I think you really have high standards, okay? In the recent past, or I don't think this is quite the recent past this week. I think this is more talking about a foundational energy for you. The Three of Wands, I think you have very high standards for yourself, okay? I think that you always try to do your best. Excuse me, I'm still getting over this COVID that we've had. COVID's one of those things that just kind of lingers, right? You think you're kind of over it, and then some of the symptoms start coming back. It's really, really nasty stuff. And I apologize. So I think that you have these high standards. You expect nothing but the best from yourself. Anything you do, I think you really put in as much effort as you can. You really try to do the best, right? You try to put in all of your effort, all of your energy. And I think it's one of those things where you kind of expect other people to do the same, or you wish that they would. Okay? You wish that they would. But people don't always live up to your expectations, let's say. Okay? I think that this card, and particularly this world or universe card that we see kind of coming maybe towards the end of the week, I think these two together are talking about a disappointment. I think that you're going to see kind of a lack of progress or a lack of commitment from the other people who are involved in this situation. And it's kind of going to feel like a letdown. It's kind of going to feel as if there's no progress being made, as if the whole project is stalled or idling. You're doing all this work to try to keep things going, but it's almost as if these other people, they're not just doing nothing. It's almost as if they're working against you. Do you know what I mean? I don't think they are intentionally, but I feel like their lack of progress is setting the whole thing back. Okay, it's delaying the whole process. And again, I don't know quite what this is. I don't know if this is something related to service or some kind of a community organization, something maybe with a church or a lodge or a temple. It could be something at work, a career, a creative project, a business that you're starting, really anything. But there are other people involved that I think are unintentionally stalling things, slowing things down, and maybe even kind of hindering the growth and the progress that we're looking for. Okay. Now, I feel like there is kind of a lot at stake for you, because here in your general energy, Path of the Serpent now, 9 of Cups, I feel like this is really something that it's very important to you. I think it's part of your life purpose, part of your path. There's a lot of meaning here. And so if things aren't working out, and if these people are not cooperating or contributing what they should be, or what they've kind of already committed to contributing, it feels like a personal affront. Okay? I think it feels very personal to you, even though it seems like a professional kind of setting, maybe something work-related, creative, the fact that it's not progressing as you would like is something you take very personally. Okay? Because this is a situation, a project or whatever, that really is affecting your life. Not only your physical life, I think so there's a financial component, but it's affecting your spiritual life. It's affecting your emotional well-being, your mental well-being. You're really putting all of yourself into this. And I think that you're putting a lot of trust and a lot of hope and faith into these other people, into this project. And it seems like a lot of eggs are in one basket here. It feels like your overall well-being is very much tied to the success of this business, this project, this organization, whatever it is. Okay. So I feel like it's almost as if we're waiting for these other people to finally step up, right? And start contributing what they have already committed to or promised that they would bring to the table here. Now, you have this Ace of Cups here it's kind of your greatest asset. It's kind of in your environment. It's the way maybe that you're relating to these people. And this really it shows a lot of patience on your part. It shows a very kind heart. It shows, I think, someone who is, again, not going to be confrontational or aggressive. It's almost as if you're going to just kind of sit quietly and wait for things to come together. Okay? And it seems like that's kind of the way to go with this. It seems as if there is nothing that you can really do but take care of yourself, your business, your role here. and wait for everything else to come together. Okay? And that's kind of what's indicated by this World or Universe card, is a little bit of waiting. It's a little bit of focusing on what you can do and allowing the rest of it to harmonize, to resonate, to come together and organize, you know. But you can still do, you know, as much as you can do, but there's no really, there's no way to force this, okay? There's no way to just kind of bully everybody into, you know, doing their best work. I don't think it works like that. The next card is this Prince of Swords here. I think this is what you are kind of shying away from. And this is double air. This is air on air. I think you're aware that if you were to try to confront the situation directly, which, you know, I think is something that you've considered, that you've thought about, I don't think you're someone that is going to do that, or that really will choose that if there's a better alternative. Because I feel like, you know, that would almost be bringing in more confusion and more chaos into the situation. You know, any of your efforts to control things, to organize things, to kind of force the pieces to fit are going to just cause more disruptions, more delays, more confusion, more chaos, more divergence, you know. So I feel like, you know, I feel with this the Three of Wands and this Nine of Discs, I'm going back to the Path of the Dove for a second, because I'm getting this impression that when you were younger, I think someone in your life really taught you the value of money. Okay? Because we see these two cards together really are showing a strong character when it comes to resources and wealth and earning money. I think this is where you get your work ethic. I think this is where you have a tremendous respect for work, for resources, for abundance, you know, for money, for the value of hard work. Okay? And I think there was someone in your past, you know, childhood, young adulthood, family member perhaps, that really taught you this, taught you the value of hard work. Okay? And I feel like that's just something that jumped out at me, which I think is kind of why we're in this situation now, because we are expecting other people to have the same appreciation, the same respect for hard work that you do. But I don't think these two have that yet. Okay. Now back to the Prince of Swords here. I think that there's somebody else in your life that you can turn to, if it's a friend, if it's a family member, a romantic partner, someone that you can confide in, someone that you can vent to, because this is a lot of air energy. And I think it needs to be released, it needs to be vented in a situation other than directly to these other people in this project. Okay? I don't think that's the right place to release all of this air energy. I think this is talking to somebody outside of the situation just to release all of your frustration, release all of this air energy that's been building, you know? And the final card is this Ace of Wands. This is a very interesting card because this is kind of showing a realignment of goals and will and intention and ambition. I think through the end of all of this, this is a lot of, you know, we start here in the beginning of the week, which I think is what this Three of Wands position is today. This is kind of the beginning of things, and there's this fire energy. And I think through all of this kind of air and water, I think we're coming to more fire at the end, right? So we're kind of beginning with fire and we're ending with fire. And I think this is a convergence. I think this is a uniting, a coming together of purpose and ambition. So I think that by waiting through this world or universe card, this is the way forward, right? This card, this position, usually is talking about the way forward. The way forward is waiting. The way forward is taking care of your responsibilities, doing what you are tasked with, living up to your standards, focusing on yourself and your relationship to the whole, and waiting, right? Waiting for the other energies to kind of coalesce. And I think that's what's happening. So we're not forcing, we're not pushing the river. We're just kind of going with the flow and waiting for things to come together naturally, which I think they will. Okay, we've got this Ace of Wands. So I think that there is something here that's preventing the situation from growing, from really expanding, and from progress being made. Okay, I think it has to do basically with the personalities involved, from the other people who are involved here. I think that you are trying your best to be kind of neutral, to just worry about yourself and let other people figure their parts out. And I feel like that's why you have to withdraw a little bit, because I feel like if you really were to let go with some of this air energy, it would just create chaos. I feel like you couldn't guarantee that you would be nice. You know what I mean? So it's best, I think, according to this energy, to just wait it out, to vent your air energy to someone else, someone outside of the situation, and wait for the natural progression, because I feel like the natural progression is leading to unity. Okay? So something is blocked, right? And there is a possibility that these other people involved have different goals, are right now dealing with different issues, right? There are various kind of unknown things. I feel like by the end of the week, let's say, or into the following week, we'll see that unity. We'll see things really come back together. Okay. Let's look at the mystery card now. I want to see something kind of talking about this shared purpose or this convergence. I'm thinking maybe like a Six of Cups. Thinking maybe a Wheel of Fortune or something too, I think would be a good sign. But let's see what's here. Okay, Earth energy, a Knight of Pentacles. This could be really talking about you waiting it out. Okay, the Knight of Pentacles has the ambition, has the focus, has the will, has the fire energy within them, right? But is still biding their time, is still waiting it out, okay? So I think that's kind of the key here for things. This card is really you putting this world or universe energy into practice. You make sure your house is in order. And then you have to just wait for other people to do the same. Wait for this situation to harmonize. Okay? And I really think it will. Especially with the Ace of Wands here at the end. Give it a few more days, let's say. Okay? And I think you might see that things start to resolve on their own without you really having to try to force things, because I don't think that is going to lead anywhere productive. Okay? So I think this is the confirmation that it is the most appropriate thing, I feel, to wait for this energy to resolve on its own. All right. Anyway, we're going to do an extended. If you want to stick around, Libra, please click on the link that's right up here. You can have access to all of the extended readings. This was your weekly reading for April 2nd through April 8th on Dove and Serpent Tarot.